because we all know. I ain't even gonna stay there too long. I mean, that's it. Hello, beautiful people. It is your girl, Angel and Light, and I am back with you guys again for another Girl Talk video. This video is honestly for everybody. I don't think this topic is specifically for women or specifically for men. I just think it's good for everyone to know. And it's literally me just touching the surface. I'm not going to go into deep because I really want to be able to break it down to you guys more as it comes. Okay, so what I want to talk to you guys today is boundaries, especially setting healthy boundaries. First of all, I need to tell you guys this because when I heard this piece of information, this advice that I'm about to share with you guys on today, it literally changed my whole life. I apply it as I see fit, and I hope you guys do the same. It's literally, and I wrote it down, get ready. And if you're taking notes, I love you. Thank you for taking notes. I love you so much. And actually like this video because you will love it by the end of it, and share it with a friend. But the piece of advice I want to give you guys is you do not have to explain yourself to anybody. Let me say it again. You do not have to explain yourself to anybody at all. Let that sit. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. When I heard this piece of advice, I don't know about you guys, but I'm always someone that I feel like I always have to tell people, well, in the past, because your girl done changed. Okay, hallelujah. Let's thank God for growth and evolving. Okay. I would always feel like I had to tell people why I couldn't do something, or have to have a reason why I say no to some things. And so I want to share with you guys, and I want to start off by saying that because I know there's someone listening or watching this video and they are literally explaining everything to everyone. And I want to tell you, you don't have to explain anything to anyone. Okay? Period. As the young people would say, period. Okay? So with boundaries, the three things I want to really touch on really quickly is time, space, and what you say. First of all, we're in a pandemic, okay? We are locked down. Some of us are not leaving their house. We are in a very strange time. You do not have to feel like you have to give people your time in this season. I really feel like in this season, this is the time that you should take for yourself. We will never probably see a time like this ever again in our life. So if that means you're not going out, first of all, I mean, I've went out a couple of times during this pandemic, and when I tell you the level of precaution I take, it's not even worth it some of the times. Like for me, just for me, guys. But really just start to take this time and set those boundaries. Okay. Like in the past, before all of this pandemic stuff, I remember there was a season in my life where I would go out all the time with all of my friends. And whether it be, clubbing, going out to the mall, going to dinner, hanging out, going for walks, doing all that kind of stuff, which is all great. But you need to know how to set healthy boundaries so you do not get wrapped up in doing things because you're trying to please somebody. Okay. And a lot of us probably, they're not even like, we're all not thinking like, oh, I'm doing this to please someone, but you are. You might have a friend that loves to go out and, she loves to go to beautiful restaurants and all that kind of stuff. I don't know about you, but when I decided that I wasn't going to, base what I wanted to do based on what others wanted to do, and really start saying, okay, what are my goals for myself? What are my goals for my life? And that you figure out when you spend time with yourself. I started to see that I had to start to cut some things out. I had to start setting some boundaries and putting certain things in place so I didn't fail and I was moving towards those goals I was believing for. And so, you know, whether it's saying, hey, I can go out with you, but I can only go out until like this time, or I can only spend time like going here for this time, like whether it's an hour, whether it's 30 minutes, whatever you allot for that, do that. Do not feel like you have to go out somewhere and spend 3 to 4 to 5 hours, whether it's at dinner, whether it's, you know, hanging out with friends, whatever it is, you know. Obviously, now we're in a pandemic, things are a little different, but I even say it in the aspect of watching Netflix or watching Hulu or watching all these different streaming platforms that we have, or even scrolling on Instagram. You need to be the type of person, and I'm gonna wrap it up right here because I don't want to talk on it too much, but you want to be the type of person that takes advantage of time and uses time, because time is a tool for us and it's not something that, you know, puts restraints on us. You want to be the type of person that says, you know what, I have this amount of time in a day. I love that people always say this, but it's so true. Beyonce has 24 hours in a day, and so do you. So what are you doing with your time? And are you putting the healthy boundaries around your time so that way you can execute all of the things that's been placed on your heart? And so if it's watching TV or watching YouTube, how much time are you really spending on these platforms, you know? And being disciplined enough to say, okay, I've watched my 2 hours worth or my hours worth or whatever it may be, you know? You really want to start setting those things up, whether it's with friends and family, you're courting, because even dating, for all my ladies that have joined in because they heard my marriage story and they heard my advice for single ladies and different things like that. Even when you're dating, you don't want to put all of your time and energy into dating, because guess what? Dating's just a small piece of what life has for you. Okay? You want to be able to say, okay, we're going to go on a date once a week, or we're going to do this. Like, even when it comes to talking on the phone, girl, let me tell you, a man that appreciates you will appreciate you getting your sleep. He will not keep you up all hours at night, because we all know. I ain't even gonna stay there too long. I mean, that's it. But if he appreciates you, if he respects you, which I hope he does, and even if you guys do have long conversations late into the night, I hope that there is something that you're putting in place that you know that time is being allotted. Because the one thing you don't want to do is put all your time into something and then you look back and you're like, what did I do? Like, you know what I mean? So schedule the time out. We could talk more about that another time, honey, because I'm already in 7 minutes. Okay. Space, setting boundaries with your space. Maybe you're the type of friend that used to host a lot of events at your home, or, you know, did a lot of gatherings, or, you know, you're someone that allows people just to walk into your door. Listen, my dear love, learn to close your door. Sometimes you need to close your door so that way you can protect your space and set those healthy boundaries so people don't always have access to you, you know. Whether it's even, you know, phone calls or text messages, you want to be able to protect your space in that way where you start putting those healthy boundaries so you're not always pouring out so much or receiving so much information that you just become, as my mentor would say and a lot of other brilliant people would say, a dumping ground. You want to be able to really just think to yourself like, okay, what am I allowing into my space? You know what I mean? Whether it's my home, whether it's my phone, whether it's my DMs, whatever it is, what are you allowing into your space? And then, you know, start putting up boundaries. Whether, you know, you have a girlfriend that's always calling you when she's in a crisis. Hey sis, I love you. You know, I'm always going to be there for you, but I'm in a season where X, Y, and Z. Or you could just say, like I said earlier, you don't got to explain yourself. No one's telling you you have to answer the phone. No one's telling you you have to text that person back. And you ain't even got to tell them why. Okay, they can ask for it, but guess what? You don't have to tell them why, because you don't have to explain yourself, honey. Okay, another story for another time. Learning to put boundaries up for your space is so important. I cannot stress this enough. This is something I learned time in and time out. And when you don't learn it, you will, trust me, you will be trialed in it again and tested in it again. The next boundary I want to talk to you guys about, and I'm going to wrap it up, is what you share. You don't always have to say everything you hear, everything that you feel. Some things is best kept for yourself. On the spiritual level, we all have our own personal relationship with God. There are certain things that God will tell you and deposit in your spirit that you don't have to tell everybody else. And that's literally the truth, because some people might not be able to handle it. Some people aren't supposed to hear it. And some things he just wants you to pray on, and it goes even further. And like I said, I don't want to make it too long. I'll talk more on these things on another video. Okay, so click subscribe, click like, drop a comment if you want to hear more about a specific one. I will be breaking them down even more. But really protecting what you share, even if it's good news, not all good news needs to be shared. There's so many good things that happen to people and they don't share it, not because they want to keep it to themselves or, anything like that. But sometimes you can't put it all out. Okay, we already know some people, it might not be your close friends, it might not be your family, but people are jealous. Okay, that's the truth. People are jealous. We all have those flaws in us. And sometimes it's better to, keep it in, keep it to yourself. Who are you trying to impress anyway? You know what I'm saying? And even certain things like the personal parts of you, you don't always have to share that with everyone. I love that my husband, he really keeps me accountable like that. He's like, Angel, you have an amazing story, but there's certain things that you can't share yet because of the weight of it. And I respect him for saying that, because if it was up to me, y'all know I live so transparently. I would have told you guys my whole story. Okay. But there's certain things that are so tender that need time in order to share it. Okay. Whenever people share their testimonies, I thank God for it. I think it's very tender. But I also believe that he opens the doors and he tells you when to share. There's no rule book, but I'll just tell you, your gut will tell you, your intuition will tell you what to share, when to share it, who to share it with. And the way you can recognize those things is when you spend time with yourself and really get to know yourself. But that's all I got for y'all. I went over my 10 minutes, but it's cool because, we sitting here, we're enjoying girl chat. And I love y'all so much for jumping in. Just to recap real quick with you guys, I just wanted to talk about boundaries. You do not have to explain yourself to anyone. Make sure you set healthy boundaries when it comes to your time, your space, and what you share. I'm telling you, once you start to do these things, your life will start to change. You will start to move differently. And guess what? The people that don't appreciate it or don't like it, they will be removed, whether you cut them off or whether they choose to go their own way. And guess what? It's okay. It's okay. It is okay. You will be fine. You will be fine. But yeah, I love you guys. I hope this encouraged you guys this Sunday or this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whenever you're watching this, whether it's the morning, the afternoon, or the evening. I love y'all. Do not ever let them dim your light. Keep shining. I believe in you guys. I believe with you guys. And to all my ladies, thank you for, jumping on and watching these videos. You guys don't understand how much it means to me. I do it because I love it. I do it because I really feel like I talk a lot, and if I talk a lot, might as well talk to some people. Whoever wants to listen will listen. Whoever doesn't, and I'm okay with it. Okay. But I love you guys. And I also want to shout out this girl because she really encouraged me, today. Her name is, I'm going to pull up her Instagram. Her Instagram name is Legally Brown XOXO. And listen, she didn't have to shout me out. She didn't have to put me up. But she shouted me out with, these other boss babes. I'm trying to see what she titled it. Sorry guys for the and sorry for all that. But anyways, just shout out to her for putting me up on her Boss Babe Friday. She doesn't know, but I sent her the DM, but I really, really needed that. I really needed to see that, especially with the week that I just had. If you guys are new here, I believe I already uploaded the video for my internet hype woman. that I have going on. And this week was a pressing week, but your girl made it through, okay? And God is filling me. So thank you again. Girl, I thank you so much for uplifting me and encouraging me in that way. I love you guys. Stay safe. Continue to practice the healthy and safe social distancing guidelines, and all that good stuff. If you live up in the, east area, it's getting a little cold, so bundle up. You see, I got my long sleeve on. But yeah, and all that good stuff. I love you guys. Peace out. That's it.